Same as what we did last week. So we'll do a quick hammy stretch, a quick hip flexor stretch. So let's just go kneeling, zip it up, put one foot straight forward. Check that your two hip bones are pointing to your front, that you're not rotated in your pelvis. Think of zipping up your skinny jeans. Get your glutes on straight away. So squeeze your butt cheeks together and then just press forward. I don't have to go forward very far before my hip flexors start stretching if you've got that connection through the front wall. And then just hold it for a moment and then we'll go back. Take your tailbone, reaching back, flex your foot. You can dig your heel into your mat, stick out your booty, but keep your front wall wrapping. Make sure your back's flat. You're not hunching your upper body. And then we'll just zip up, go between those 2 points a couple of times. Just breathe through, just check in with your shoulders because I felt like they were right up by my ears just then. Assess what's tighter. Are your hip flexors tighter or your hammies tighter? Just observe. Do you feel tighter than usual? Do you feel more flexible than usual? Or the same. One more and we'll just hold it for about 3 breaths. And then just a quick pelvic floor check-in here. Even while you're stretching, can you feel the 2 sit bones, the pubic bone, the tailbone, the lift up out of the waist so you're not crunching into that lower back? Like there's a little bubble. You know that bubble wrap that's really fun to pop? I like to imagine one of those bubbles are right between each of the vertebrae and you're trying not to squash your spine down and make any of them pop. So it's that definite lift up. And then as you press back, you might just want to stay here if that's enough for you, or come down onto your bottom, but I want you to grow tall if you're with me, or whichever position you're choosing. And then just tilt the pelvis forwards to increase the hammy stretch rather than feeling like you're going to hunch over. So it's still that lengthening through the crown of the head. And then we'll just swap legs. Squaring off, zipping, lifting, pressing. I almost like to think that I'm going to tuck when I do this. And if you think about pulling your pubic bone forward and you tail a little further between your legs, that just gets me right into the hip flexor, back into the hammy. This one feels tighter on me today. A couple of times. It's a little bit of a balance challenge as well. And then we'll hold it. Think of the growth through the head, the ribs lifting off the pelvis, the pelvic floor, the softening of the shoulders, the breath, making sure you're not holding your breath. And then back, either just to there or down onto your bottom. And then that little tilt forward with the pelvis. Kind of push the heel into the floor to intensify that stretch, but go easy, not crazy hardcore with the stretching, because we're not warm. And then we're going to start on hands and knees. So if anyone's got any wrist issues, we will be here for a little while. As we go through the exercise, feel free at any point just to come down to forearms. If you're choosing this option, you still want to have your shoulder connection. We've worked on that. So if you can come with me and start here, and then adjust your position as you need to. So the wrists are under the shoulders. We're just going to organize ourselves. So think about first the length through the crown of the head, away from the tail. Then just check, where are your ribs? Watch that your ribs aren't kind of displaced from your body. So you want to feel like you got those high-waisted skinny jeans right up to under your boobs, and then zip right up and do up the top button. And then we're going to go into a little bit of an upper back mobilization, a thread the needle. So you're just going to take one arm without shifting anything. So shoulders and pelvis stay still. Take one arm directly out to letter T. From there, you lift the arm another 2 inches, and then as you continue to lift it up, twist and look up to that hand. Use the hand that's on the floor to rotate and get a little bit further. And then that hand is going to come down and underneath onto your mat, palm facing the sky, and twist the other way. You can bend that right elbow and go as far with the ribs as you can. Then we come back to letter T. This is like our start position. Lift the hand 2 inches to activate the back of the shoulder, rotate. And I can feel a little bit of work in my underneath arm. Breathe out to go the other way. As far as you can, one more. Letter T, lift the arm first. Right up to that ceiling if you can. And feed it under. Whole of the breath. Back to hands and knees, ready to do the other side. So just find your center. Pull up through your front wall. I'm going right arm. I'm not sure what arm you're on, but lift it up. Inhale to go up. And breathe out to take it under. Back to letter T. 2 to go. So it's your breath that dictates your pace. Oh, I just got a nice crack on that side. Just one more. Breathe out. Because it feels so good right here. Back to your start position. So because we are going to be on here for a little while, there's a couple of things that you can do to look after your wrists. Spread your fingers and kind of make your palms like a little suction cup, if that helps. So the pressure is kind of more evenly distributed through your 10 fingers rather than kind of overloading the wrist joint. But don't forget, you can come down at any point. So we're going to close our eyes for a moment. We're going to check in with our body from head through to tail. So we're going to feel like our ears are being pulled away from the shoulders. Gently press the shoulders down. Don't depress them too much. And all that work we've done in the last couple of weeks with the shoulder stability, bring it into play now. The shoulder blades pull down your back and in towards each other. The front of your chest, your pecs, should feel long and wide. Set that up. Travel your inner mind to your middle back and to your lower back, and check that if you tend to have a big sway, you're going to kind of minimize that curve in the lower back. Yeah, you all look pretty good. Well done. From here, we're going to take one foot off the floor, bend your knee, so your heel's going to come close to your bottom. And don't shift your spine too much. You've got your glass of wine on your lower back. Just take one knee just slightly off your mat. This will be our start position. Flex the foot, yeah, and find your hamstring. I've got my left leg off, so just so you can see what I'm doing. So you're going to have a check that your lower back doesn't move. You're going to breathe out, wrap your front ribs, so core activation, lift your stomach up, press the thigh up and find your booty. Hold that glute max, my butt is shaking, my abdominals are pulling in and up, and then just lower the knee back down. That's the movement. We're going to breathe out to lift, get right to the end of your exhale, squeeze your butt. Inhale to lower. So we're doing 10 and it's very controlled in the lower back and in the pelvis. So we're going 7 more. The shoulders are stabilized the whole way through. 6 and 5. And if you get it right, your butt shakes. And you can really feel that glute max contraction. 4 and 3. So it doesn't have to be big, it just has to be focused to be effective. 2 to go, I think. 1 more. We're going to place that knee down without moving your belly button. Other heel to butt and float. Press that other thigh up. 1. Lower it a couple of inches. 2. So the thigh that's working, the leg that's working, it's not moving a lot, but it's very precise. 4. Strong arms, strong shoulders. 5. Your head is going to want to drop down. well, 6, I don't know, 7. Find the glute, keep the heel touching the bottom. Pull your heel to your butt. Find the hamstring, yes. 1 more, 10. We go down to the floor, we lengthen the leg out. My big toe is touching the mat. Here, I'm gonna make my leg get longer. My abdominals are wrapping, my front ribs are lifting up, and I'm gonna lift that leg, and it doesn't actually come that high, and there's my glute max already. 1. Use your breath. 2, we're going to 10. 3, 4, 5. So think of those long, lean legs. 6, 7, tight booty. And 8, and 9, and 10. Bring it in, straight the other side. The least amount of wriggling and adjusting. 1, 2, 3. What is your pelvic floor doing? 4. Close the 4 points equally. 5, 6, 7. I know it's tempting to go fast, and it's tempting to let the shoulders go soggy. Mine just did. Come back in. We go out to the side. I call this dog having a pee. Straight out to the side. 1. How high can you lift the thigh without your 2 hip bones moving? 2, 3, 4. So just working the glute med. 5. The side booty. 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 more, 10. Squeeze the juice out of it every single split second that you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep breathing. 8, 9. 1 more, 10. Now the last one coming up is a circular motion. You're going to let your knee come towards you, but don't disturb the lower back. So you're in flexion, hip flexion. The knee's going to circle, dog having a pee, and then take it into the hip extension. Back through the start. Yeah, that's it. We're going to do 6 in each direction. 2. So your goal would be to make that circle as big as you can. Touch all sides of that circle. That thigh bone in that ball and socket. I don't know how many. Oh God. 1 more. Don't skip it out. Reverse. Find your glute max. Here, lift it up. Lift the knee. Don't move the lower back. 1, 2, 3. So really important for healthy hips to work all ranges of movement. Not just forward and back all the time. 1 more. Reverse. Other leg, not reverse. So the knee comes forward. Good. Now watch out. Have a look at my lower back. It's not tilting. If I was to come and place that glass of wine, yeah, exactly, on that lower back, you would not spill a drop. 2 to go. Last 1. Ready to reverse. Lift it up. Find your glute. Squeeze your booty. 1. Bring it forward. Back, side, forward. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more. Squeeze the juice out of it. Well done. Sit back and just stretch those lower backs just for a moment. Round your spine, round the tail between the legs. Lift the lower abdominals off your thighs and slowly roll up. Take it onto your back. Let's settle into neutral as quickly and as efficiently as we can. No wriggling. Reach your fingertips long. Set your feet, work your way up. We're not going to stay here for long because I said we're going to move through. If you need to put your hands on your front of your body, do that. We're going to go straight into leg lifts, just a few singles to kick us off. So we're just seeing if we can keep the belly quiet, the shoulders quiet, and just fold at the hip. So if you're really dominant through your quads here, your hip flexors, you're going to feel like they just grab straight away. So what I like to do is when I do my leg lifts, is I actually imagine there is a piece of string attached to my knee. And I'm picking it up from the knee so it doesn't straight away just grab like a thick rope on the hip flexor. So we get more core activation, more pelvic floor, more quad rather than hips. We're going to go into a double. So one leg up, use your breath. Test yourself here. It's not absolutely necessary to go into a double. It depends where you are today. How much control do you have? If you feel a little cheating, don't go there. So we just go up, up, down, down, alternating. You're checking in. What happens to your shoulders when you try to bring up that second leg? Can they stay out of the equation? One more. So the lower back doesn't get disturbed at all. If you can, finish with those two legs in the air. We're going to some little toe taps. So keep your hands on your abdominals right here. I'm going to start with one leg at a time. You're going to send the knee away from you. The tummy needs to drop. Use your breath, exhale. The thighs moving away from you. How well you can control your stomach dictates the range of movement. Pull it back. Alternate. Breathe out as you take the leg away. You'll feel the little shakes happen through your stomach as you get to your challenge point. Don't be tempted to go past your challenge point and feel your lower back over-activate. We'll just do one more set. So I like to use that extra forced exhale to really connect deeper into those core muscles. You know what it feels like now? Let's keep working to get more depth and more strength in the deep abs. Last one. And if you're okay with your legs up, keep them up and glue them together. You can put those feet down on the floor if you need to. We're going to go straight into a spine twist. So take your arms to letter T. Palms face the sky. Long, wide collarbones. Shoulder blades, you should be aware of them, flat on your mat. Take the knees across. We worked on this spine twist last week. So we'll just do one plane each way first. Remember, we really talked about leaving the legs behind and dragging. We focused on the obliques. So the obliques attached to the ribs. Pull the ribs back. Initiate with the ribs. If your ITBs are tight, the outside of your thighs, they're going to do the work. This is where it's really mind over matter. Leave the legs. The right ribs should start dragging. Then the legs follow. We're going to add on, or you can keep going like this if you need to. We go inhale, take the knees across. Now your thigh bones are going to stay glued together. Whether your feet are in the air or down on the floor, it doesn't matter. You're going to straighten your top leg right here. So the two thighs are together. Watch your tail hasn't tucked. Keep the top leg straight, drag back from the rib, just an extra load. Bend the knees, you come back to the middle. We go inhale over. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, hold. Exhale, drag the rib, pull it back, find your pelvis. Bend the knee, one more each way. Inhale, take it across, don't disturb the shoulders, watch the upper traps. Exhale, now pull the tummy flatter to straighten the top leg. Hold, breathe in, don't release through your pelvic floor. Exhale, drag back to the start, last one. Inhale, take it across. Exhale, squeeze the inside thighs. Don't disturb the pelvis. If your hammies are tight, it might have, just check in with that. Bring it back, and then we're going to try to float both legs down to the floor at the same time. Extend the legs all the way. Bend your right knee into your chest. Pull it in to stretch the hip. Grab the calf. Extend the leg, hamstring stretch again, and then curl your head up just for the stretch. This is a neural stretch. You're going to flex the foot so it feels zingy up the back of the leg. Hold that for a breath or two. Nasty. Bend the knee. Let's swap to the other side. Pull that left thigh in, deep into the hip. Extend the leg, find the hamstring. Scoop the stomach. You can use your arms here, that's okay. Flex the foot, find that nasty zing on the other side. This side doesn't like it that much. Bend the knee, come back down. We're gonna go leg circles. So let's first of all, just with the straight legs, watch that the ribs stay connected. Anchor through the arms. Push your arms into a low diagonal. Send the right leg long past the underneath leg. Don't disturb the pelvis though. So watch out as you lift the leg. The two hip bones haven't moved. You can put your hands there if you need to. Stay there. Reaching your right toes to the sky. The left toes away from the pelvis. Now here, squeeze the juice out of it. You can lie here like, oh, my leg's shaking. You can lie here and it's kind of nothing. Or you can lie here and lengthen your legs and anchor through your core. The leg comes across, down, only go as low as your back doesn't arch, around, back to the top. My inner eye is on the back of my pelvis. If I feel a shift in weight, my pelvis is moving. So you're going to have to minimize the size of your circle to keep your core connected. We're doing 6, so 2 to go. 1 more. Yeah, and as I lose concentration, I feel shifting. Let's go the other way. If you need to close your eyes, do it. Think about how freely your leg can move in the hip socket. 2, 3, and that's how I lose concentration for the tiniest split second and I've lost it. Bring yourself back in. It happens. 1 more. Bend the knees, slide the foot along. Don't disturb the back. Don't disturb the shoulders. Ready to swap to the other side. As clean transition as you can. Here we go. You know what to do. I like to put my hand sometimes on my opposite hip bone. Sometimes you need that feedback rather than just trying to feel it. Yeah, it's moving a little bit, so control it, bring it in. 2 to go. And those beautiful long legs. Take it the other way. 1, lift it up. Deep in the stomach, how much further can you go in? If you lift that pelvic floor, it's going to help the stomach go in further. 2 more, think. Say that a lot, don't I? 1 more. And lower that leg all the way down. We're going to glue the legs together. Reach the arms to the ceiling. We're going to do our hundreds, but we're not going to pump the arms today. So we're going to focus completely on how big you can make your inhale and how much you can wring out your lungs on the exhale. It's going to feel nasty, but I'm not going to make you do 10 sets. So just come with me, breathe out. Bend your knees if you need to. I'm going to keep mine straight. Hold your arms, you're in that perfect chest lift. Lift your pelvic floor, breathe in, count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Keep going. Breathe out and grind in and lift that pelvic floor. Breathe in. 3 sets. Open the collarbones. Breathe out. Squeeze the air. Right to the end. Keep going. Long legs, connected legs, 2 more sets only. If you need to support your head, do that. Wring out the cloth inside your lungs. Last set. Hold, hold. We're going to come forward. If you need to use your arms, do that. But you're going to peel the next vertebrae. Oh my God, my legs are shaking like jelly. The next vertebrae off the floor. Then the next one. Then the next one. Then the next one. Sitting up. Bend your knees. Set the hands for back support. Tuck the tail between the legs. I want you to drag that tail like a monkey. Lift the pelvis. Open those hip flexors. Stretch it out. Open your shoulders. Now unravel from the top of the spine. The last thing to uncurl will be my tailbone. Tailbone touches the mat. Leave the hands, bend the elbows, squeeze them together. Find your elbows on the mat. Push back to lift tall. Again, spread the fingers, tuck the tail. How much articulation can you go through the spine? We didn't do a pelvic curl today, so get the most of it here. Unravel. Touch the mat. Bend the elbows, open the chest. Push the floor away, last one. And tuck. Inside thighs are connected. Roll it down. Lift up tall, squeeze the elbows together, stay at the bottom. Lower all the way down, glue the legs together, the hands come behind the head. We worked on the chest lift last week. Let's remind ourselves how to do it here. Basic chest lift, make it perfect. Elbows forward, pelvis anchors, sacrum heavy. Breathe out, slide the ribs. Don't be tempted to pull on the head. Remember, we talked about trying to get to the base of the shoulder blades. Work on that. Nice and clean and simple. Back down. We'll do 6. Breathe out. So if you need to check in what your abs are doing, go one hand on the belly. A reminder that as you lift your head off the floor, your rectus abdominis is engaging, so it's impossible for the stomach to go in. Your goal would be for it to feel flat, rather than a tiny bulge out. So what does that feel like for you today? Just a size. If you think about going in further, it will stop you going up. Hopefully I'm making sense. 2 to go. And then on the last one, we'll just stay up. Here we go. We'll do some little pulses. The pulses come from the rib action. So the ribs are going to move away from the pelvis just an inch, and then they slide back towards the pelvis. It's all in the ribs and your rectus abdominis. We're going to do 8. Nothing to do with the neck. Nothing to do with pulling with the shoulders. 3, it's slow. It should be shaky. 4, 5, if it's not, you need to go in further. You need to lift your pelvic floor further, which is hard in this position, I know. 6, teeny tiny. 7, drop an inch, not all the way down. 8, this is your last one. Roll your head back down. Let's go straight to single leg stretch. Feet go coffee table. Curl the head. Here we go. We pull the knee into the chest. Hold for a second. So I've got my left leg in. My right hand is holding my knee, and my left hand is holding the outside of my ankle. It's a really clean and precise arm movement. I don't think I've cleared this or talked about this with you guys yet. So we're kind of like, as we change the legs, the arms can swap, but the body doesn't have to go anywhere. So quite often I see the single leg stretch done and people are like, whoop, they're all wiggling all around. There's no need. It's calm, it's quiet. The shoulders are stabilized. We've done loads of work on that. Just the legs, just the arms. And if you do enough, you're going to feel the stomach working. Going deeper. We're going to do 4 more each leg. In your own pace. Belly button drops. Pelvis stays still. 2 more each side. So you know what to do with the legs. We just add in the arms for the hula. Crisscross even. Hands behind the head. Twist your upper body. Get your head up. The legs keep going. You just twist. Don't disturb the pelvis. 2 back halves of the pelvis stay anchored. Twist. 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 4 more each way. Stretch your legs longer. 1, 2. Legs are long. Stomach is scooped. 2 more sets. Abs should be burning. I know mine are. 1 more. Pull the knees in. Well done. The legs are going to go up to the sky. Arms led a T. We go in. This is called a tick-tock. Your legs stay together. It's a spine twist with straight legs. You're going to take your feet over. The left butt cheek comes off. Pull back from the ribs. You know what to do. We've worked on the slots. Inhale, go to the left. Leave the legs. Come back from the rib. Keep going. Try not to disturb the upper traps. Try not to disturb the pecs. Squeeze your inside thighs tight. Now you can either go with this or come with me. This is called corkscrew. The legs go over. You breathe out, your 2 feet go away. Keep it small to start with from the body, it makes like a circular action. Over to the left, back to the middle. Over to the left, inhale, exhale, sweep away, scoop your stomach. Do not let your lower back arch, it will want to. Back to the middle, just one more each side. Breathe out. Bring it back, last one. Exhale, deepen your tummy. Pull the knees in. Let's have a little bit of fun. Arms go down by your side. We're going to do a little rollover prep. Palms up. Actually, push your palms down. You're going to breathe out, curl your tailbone off like a reverse curl. Only lift your bottom as high as you don't tense your neck and shoulders at all. So little. You might not see a lot, but you're going to feel the lower abs, pelvic floor, the connection of your pubic bone and your tailbone closing as you breathe out and try to pick your butt off your mat. 2 to go. Strong breath will help you lots here. Just one more. So I don't know who's up for a challenge today. If you feel like coming with me, come with me. I'll show you. If you don't want to do it, it's all good. You can continue with that version or you're going to extend your legs. Who's coming with me? You're going to breathe out and you pick up your butt, your feet go over your face. It's a rollover. Who's doing it? Anyone? Bring it back. Yay! Woohoo! Exactly, this is fun. Come back to the start. We'll just do 2 more. So the legs are to the sky. Are we all back at the start? Yeah, just come back. That's it. I'm going to talk you through it. Well done. So you breathe out. You need your arms here. You lift your booty, push with your arms, and you lift your butt in the air. Yeah, well done. Now the challenge is in the coming back, right? So as you breathe out, it's a pelvic curl, but you don't let your pecs pull you forward. So as you come down through vertebrae by vertebrae, your shoulders are glued to your mat. That takes a bit of work, bit of practice to get that. Let's just do one more for fun. Exhale, strong breath will get you over. Inhale, hold, and exhale. Yeah, well done. Come back super slow. Master the control. All the work you've done through your core to stretch your backs, stretch your hamstrings. It's coming into play now. Amazing, well done, good. Let's just bend the knees, pull your knees into your chest quickly. Roll onto your, how are we going for time? Yep, so I'm gonna get you to go straight onto your, mindful of the time. Let's go hands and knees, back to hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders. Is everyone's wrists okay? I think they were, weren't they? We're gonna come out to your full front support and you're gonna hold it. So just squeeze your legs together. Five deep breaths is the longest time I'm gonna get you to hold this. But I want you to watch your shapes. Some of you are too round in your upper body. I want the crown of the head to lengthen away from your feet. Your spine should be on a diagonal. Good. Right from there, you're gonna bring your right hand across to your middle and spin around onto a side support on your arm. Yeah, here, can we do it? Yes. Just hold for a second. We're gonna go back through the front support. You might need to adjust your feet, adjust your hands. Show me that long spine again. Stick out the chest, no hunchy upper backs. Well done, we go to the other side. Move your left hand to the middle. You're gonna see my butt. You know what to do. Spin around, bit of a balance. Hold for a split second. We're gonna work between those 2 points. One more each side. Move the hand across. Round you go. Well done, just hit the position for a mini second. Back. And last side. Cross the middle. You're balancing on the outside of your foot. Bring it back. Back to your plank hold. Squeeze your legs together. 5 deep breaths. Lift up deeper through your center. Place your knees down onto your belly. Grab your foot. Grab your other foot. So I'm holding the front of my foot. I'm just going to stay there. Turn my head so you can see me. And use your hands to give yourself a stretch through your quads. Pull your heels to your butt. And this one's a little bit strong, so if your backs don't like this, skip this out. But I'm going to roll my shoulders back. And I'm going to pick my stomach right up. Oh my God, my quads are so tight. Then from there, you might want to watch me. I'm going to push my feet into my hands and try to bring my breastbone up. Squeeze your glutes so it doesn't affect your lower back. Just hold for a split second. It's just a stretch. Come down. And just pull your heels back into your bottom. If that feels okay, if it doesn't feel okay, come back into a rest position, stretch it out. So we're gonna roll the shoulders back, pinch the shoulder blades together, your feet start pushing into your hands, and that's what makes your head start to lift, your breastbone, and try to come up, 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 up. It's okay to extend the lower back sometimes, come back down. Stretch those quads, just one more. Feet into the hands, lift the stomach, roll the shoulders. I know it's hard if you've got tight pecs. So if you can, lift your thighs up, lift your chest up. And then we're going to sit back on the heels, stretch that out. Definitely don't do enough stretching through the front of our body. Tuck the heels to press down them into the floor. Find your scoot, we're going to roll up, do a little bit of standing work. Head comes up last, take your time. Hopefully, might need to adjust the camera a little bit so you can see my whole body. Am I all in? Kind of, I'll move back a little bit. So this exercise is like a mat version of reformer. I don't know if anyone's ever done reformer. It's the traditional Pilates equipment. I'll go side on so you can see me. Feet are parallel. You're going to go hands clasped behind your back. Pitch your body weight forward, right here, and bend your knees. So my back is absolutely flat. I've got my front wall pulled in and up. You can put your hands on your lower abs to check that. So here, get down, bend those knees. We stay low, and we're just going to take the right leg straight out to the side and back in. 2. So you got to pick up through your pelvic floor first. 4. Normally on reformer you would feel this in the working leg, but because we don't have springs or any resistance, you're going to feel it all in the standing leg. Keep going. And 7. And 8. We're going to 15. 9. 10. Wrap. And lift your abs away from the floor. 4 to go. 2, 3, 4. We're going to stay. I'm going to spin around so you can see me. That leg is still out to the side. Stay low. Don't come out of the position. Lift your front. I've got my right leg off the floor. Lift it up and tap. Whoop. Test your balance. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull the abs. 6, 7. Don't use momentum. 8, use the muscle. 9, 10, 5 to go. 5, 4, this is all on my standing leg. 3, 2, 1, swap. 1, add it in. 2, 3, breathe. 4, checking the shoulders. 5, no hunchy backs. 6, I'm flat. 7, I'm not here. 8, stick out your chest, open your pecs. 9, 10, 5 to go. 4, 3, 2, hold the leg out, ready to lift it up. 1, 2, 3, keep breathing. 4, 5, 6, anyone sweating? Only me. 7, 8, don't adjust the pelvis. I'm not lifting my hip. 5 to go. 1, hip bone, stay still. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend the knees, give the legs a little shake. To a plie, little baby V. Hands either stacked in front or behind the head. We bend the knees, straighten them, squeeze the inside thighs. 1, 2, we'll do 5, 3. So I like to imagine my glass of wine is here on my head. Was that 5? Let's do one more. Full plie. You bend the knees. The heels come off, the back stays straight. Push the floor away. 1. Just breathe through. Squeeze the booty. 2. So I'm trying not to cheat because I can feel myself leaning forward. That's why I'm not going that low. If your back was against a wall, your head would touch the wall. 2 more. But the heels definitely lift off. 1 more. 5, well done. Parallel legs. Let's just roll it down. Breathe out, stretch the back. We're going to do 3 roll downs in parallel, in your own time. You know what to do. 2 to go. Articulate. Connection. Heavy head, heavy arms. 1 more. Soften the knees at the bottom if you need to. Roll it up. Just finish off checking in with your posture. Balance the head on the shoulders. Check the ribcage placement. Check the feet, the weight distributed equally through the 3 points of your triangle, the tone through the glutes, the zip up, the length in the spine. A breath to assess and scan through your body. Amazing. Well done, ladies.